You have any experience where you're just like, oh man, that set was terrible?
I was on stage and I had some parents in the front because sometimes parents come out. Colfax parents come check out a show.
Or not.
No, they had came to see me, and it wasn't because they were in the show. For whatever reason, I was off. Maybe it was a long day. Because if I do a show on a Friday and I've been a principal all week, all day, and then try to go up on stage at night, I'm drained.
Dude,
so
it's exhausting.
I think I was just off that night. And there was a mix up with the DJ. Like I had a bit where I'm like, hit it, DJ. And I look back, DJ's not even in the booth. So now I'm stuck up there. Now I'm floundering, right?
Yeah. And you got your script.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah, right. So I didn't have enough in my bag to kind of pivot. Went on with my set, landed the plane, kind of clunky, got off stage, was like, what was that? But those moments make you better, man.
Yo, welcome to another episode of In a Minute with Evan Lovett, coming to you live from the I Am Studios in the heart of Los Angeles. And I am here with the principal of comedy, Eddie Gorton, who I've been excited to have on here because we go back. We go back about, what is it now, 6 years?
We got some history, bro.
So look, you might see, I don't know if this is on camera. Yes, show it up.
Here we go.
Oakland A's hat. You know I rep LA. It's all LA. This was my Oakland A's hat because Eddie Gorton was the manager of my son. First year of kid pitch baseball, 8 years old, AA at Sherman Oaks Little League. And
it was more like Bad News Bears.
All right. That was really a Bad News Bears learning year. I think we went like 3-14.
Yeah.
One win was by forfeit.
Yeah.
But we got to play out. We got to win in the playoffs.
One playoff win, baby.
Which is a big freaking deal. And that was awesome.
Shocked the world.
And that's what counts the most. So we shocked the world.
Yeah.
But what I learned then, Eddie is not only a great human being, that's very influential in our community. He is the principal of a local elementary school. Am I allowed to say the elementary school?
Colfax Charter Elementary School.
Colfax Charter Elementary School. And when I say influential, this is the truth. Everybody loves Eddie.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
Vibrant personality, so humble, but outspoken and confident at the same time. There was a quote I saw. Let me get this quote real quick. Hold on.
Maybe too much.
He said, this year, and I was reading his opening statement this year, because school started, and by the way, this is back to school week.
Welcome to school. Here we go. Back to school. Let's go.
I know half you parents out there are relieved, probably more than half the parents out there are relieved. Kids are like, meh, meh, meh. But look, back to school. We're excited. We're going to get into that. But Eddie, listen, this year, let's make more friends, give more high fives, and be the reason someone smiles each and every day. That's right. And I was there. This man lives that philosophy.
That's right.
And part of that is the reason why we had him, because we're not just going to talk about him being a principal of school, the principal of comedy, because he is a stand-up comedian and he's a hilarious stand-up comedian. I saw him at Flappers in Burbank, by the way, and Flappers represent, by the way.
Yes.
But he's awesome, great sets, great fun, great comedy. And I've always been intrigued with stand-up comedy because it's got to be one of the hardest things out there. Make me laugh, funny man.
It's tough. It's way different than being the funny guy at the party or you're the funny man in your group text thread. Dude. Go on stage and make me laugh, clown.
Group text thread is probably the lowest bar. Is that the lowest bar for being a funny guy?
If you can make your group text thread
it's
laugh,
important. You know what? It's actually important these days.
But that's a different funny. And people don't get that until they're on stage.
Okay, so we're shit. Okay, so we're gonna get into a lot of stuff. But first, thank you to our sponsor, Arto Brick. Armin, my man, running a company out of Gardena, manufacturing industry in Los Angeles in 2025. Difficulties all over, running business and keeping jobs, but he's maintaining and producing beautiful product, tiles, bricks for historic landmarks around Los Angeles, Alvera Street, USC, Mariachi Plaza, outside of Los Angeles, Ojai Valley Inn, some of the Vallarta stores all over. He does really, really good work. So support Arto Brick. And if you know anybody that's a designer, architect, they already know Arto Brick because they are a household name, but they also should be a household name in Los Angeles because, again, they restore and rehabilitate the brick and the tile at these historic landmarks. But let's get into this. So Eddie Gorton, first of all, thank you for being here.
Man, thanks for having me.
Yep. All right.
It's been a long time coming, dude.
It's been a long time.
I knew you way before all this, by the way.
What?
I think I knew you before all this.
You absolutely.
You're famous. You've blown up.
No, it's just
congratulations on you.
Look, we love LA. We love this city, and people love learning about the history because, again, LA. I always say this, but I'm gonna say it again because I always say it. This is the city of tomorrow and the city of the future and the city of celebrities.
Yeah.
But there's so much history and culture and like we got to celebrate that. So it's not about me. It's about Los Angeles that we love. So listen, let's get in first and foremost. I want to know this. There's a lot here. Okay. Let's talk.
You look nervous asses.
Let's talk. No. I don't want to dive right in. But how did you start stand-up comedy while also being a principal? Where were the roots of that, first of all? I know you grew up in the Bay Area, hence the Oakland A's hat, by the way. Yeah. Wasn't just the team that we were on the A's together. He also grew up in the Bay Area. Right. So where are the roots of both of those things? If you can bifurcate, but bring them back together.
Hit me with the 5-cent word already. So the root. So I was born and raised in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Grew up in San Mateo. Played Little League Baseball with a kid named Tom Brady.
Oh, yes. Oh, shit.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
And
hold on. You struck him out or something? Or he struck you out?
He struck me out for sure.
Yeah.
He struck me out for sure. I think 3 straight pitches.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of his sports career.
Absolutely. Doesn't get better.
It goes downhill from there. I think we beat them in the championship to win the league, City League championship. That was my highlight of my sports career as well.
Right.
So came to LA for college back in '97.
Occidental
College.
I'm going to get into save the Occidental. Well, don't save it, but there's a lot about Occidental that's dope, but go on.
Became a teacher. And really, I think the transfer from educator or teacher to stand-up comedy is a lot closer than people think it is. You spend 6 hours a day on stage trying to make entertaining for 10-year-olds, 6-year-olds.
So you were a teacher so you taught.
I taught for 12 years. Yeah.
Did you want to be a teacher?
Always wanted to be a teacher. When I was a kid, when I graduated from college, didn't really have a job lined up.
What was your major?
Psychology major.
Psychology major. Okay. All right.
I graduated college. I ended up, I had a job going door to door selling pizza coupons and Angels baseball tickets in Orange County for 4 days.
How did that work out?
On the 4th day, I was knocking on the door. Nobody was home.
Yeah.
And I was dying of thirst. It's 100 degrees in Orange County.
Yeah.
And I went around inside their house and I turned on their hose.
Yeah.
And I drank from this hot ass hose.
Yeah.
And I said, this is not what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
All my friends have water coolers in their office, and I have I'm on the side of
a water heater.
I quit. I started working at Enterprise Rent a Car, and that moment for the next 9 months, I just started working on being a teacher. So like, get your fingerprints, get your letters of recommendation, get your transcript, all the stuff you need to be a teacher. Became a sub in Pacoima, and never looked back.
What's cool?
Sharp Avenue in Pacoima. In Pacoima, Sharp Avenue Elementary School. Taught there for 5 years. I bounced around for different schools, a lot of different jobs out of the classroom, restorative justice advisor, a Title III coach, working with students, second language learners.
Yeah.
And then I became an administrator, man.
Hold on. Did you like teaching though?
It's the best. I would still be a teacher right now. Shout out to all the teachers. Give a teacher a high five. Respect your teachers. Show them some love.
My sister-in-law, by the way, some might call her Miss Denicky or Miss Contreras, but shout out to my sister-in-law who's a teacher. And teachers, underrated, underappreciated, underpaid, super important.
Overeducated.
But I could not do that. And that's why I asked if you like it, because
I loved it.
It's so thankless though. Kids, and they're always effing around and like not.
I would still be teaching right now. If I could make principal money being a teacher, I would do that for sure.
Okay, so while you're doing this, where's the comedy coming in? Yeah.
So yeah, I'm the funny guy at the party. I'm the funny guy in college. My friends think I'm funny. All these things. You should do comedy. You should do. Never thought for 1 second to get on stage. And then Robin Williams passed away.
Okay.
And there was a documentary.
Genius, real
genius. He passed away. There's a documentary. I'm watching it. It was right as COVID hit, and it was like I turned 40. And it was like this moment where you're like, if you don't do it now, right? I went to a dinner party at my buddy's birthday. I had a small little gathering. We went around the table to share out like one piece of art that impacted us, and I talked about this documentary. And his friend gets up and says, if you don't do stand-up comedy by the next time I see you, can I cuss on this show?
Yeah.
He was like, well, then fuck you. You better get up there and get on stage. And I was like, whoa, okay, bro, okay.
Yeah.
A little taken aback. But I knew in that moment I had to get on stage. So I got the next 3 months, I was at this open mic down the street from my house. Shout out to the Liquid Zoo, baby.
Yeah.
Liquid Zoo.
I got that day, February 16th, 2019, right?
There it is. Back, right, before COVID, all that stuff hit. And I was on stage every Sunday night trying to get better at comedy. And I was horrible and I'd sucked. But you got 8 minutes, which is a long time for an open mic.
Really long
and
time.
So you just learn to get better. I had some friends there. One of the friends gave me the nickname Principal of Comedy. Yeah. Other friends said, hey, you should try this other club. You start branching out, start connecting people, and your career kind of grows if you're funny.
Okay, man, so there's so many different directions here, but I want to talk about comedy real quick because, again, it's really difficult. It's really tough. I used to do open mic as a rapper, right?
Yeah,
and we discussed it. And it's tough.
What was your rapper?
If Evolution. I know corners Evan. I know Evan. Evolution is kind of corny. And in fact, oh man, yeah. So there were a lot of good battles. It was fun. It was a lot. Yes. Obviously nervous, but you like the crowd and you enjoy it and you try to get better every time you're out there. But comedy, again, is a different thing because I'm not up there for 8 minutes. I'm not doing a performance and tracks and things that are rehearsed. It's almost easier if you're battling. You can think on your feet. Somebody gives you ammunition. Either you see them or they're saying something. You can play off that. But comedy, it's got to be prepped. It's got to be scripted. And it's got to be funny or you're dying out there, right?
And that was the change. So I came from the spoken word, poetry, slam.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the poets out there who are doing
the Poetry Lounge.
The Poetry Lounge on Fairfax. Right? I used to go there a lot. This was like Def Poetry Slam on HBO was jumping off. I was big in that scene.
Yeah.
And I had dreams of like going on an HBO show. But in that world, same with emceeing, you kind of had to come with new stuff every time. You couldn't spit the same poem every week.
Correct.
You can't have the same freestyle every week.
No way.
Comedy is different. It's okay to tell that joke for 5 years and get better and better and better. So that was a shift for me.
Right.
Going from that world, emceeing or the poetry world, to comedy where you're like, no, I'm working on this set and I'm going to work on it until I got it. And I don't care if this open mic crowd hears it. Because open mic is like the batting cages. You're just trying to get better.
Right.
Right? It's not baseball. It's the batting cages, right? So you're up on stage, open mics is working on your craft and you're letting people watch you practice. That's what it is. Yeah. Before you get a gig somewhere better.
And you were getting notes. Like you had honest people, honest friends in the audience being like, yo, Eddie, like that's not funny. Like you got to lose this or
No, I thought the feedback I would get from friends is like, hey, so where's this going, buddy? Are you, is this like this big dreams? Are you know, that kind of thing? Yeah. And no, just the fact that I was doing it was enough for me. Right? Yeah. The fact that I was on stage telling jokes at 40 years old was enough for me. Yeah. But I did get great feedback. Obviously, people invited me to shows and you get better.
Okay, what comedians you never had aspirations of being a stand-up comedian?
Oh, absolutely. So I was in LA where my buddy Will and I were in college. He got into theater. I loved theater. I took some theater classes, did some main stage stuff in college.
You are a performer.
But I knew I don't have the means to like be a struggling artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So getting a job in education with, the salary is what it is. You can live in LA. You got a pension. You've got, all these things in place so you can be an adult.
Yeah.
Is what I focus on first. Now that I'm kind of established, I'm 40 years old at the time, right? Yeah. I'm like, now let's try this dream of being an artist. I can still go home to my family. I still got food in the kitchen.
Right.
That's a big deal. And so being on stage with people who are telling jokes to eat is different. Because if I bomb, I get to go home and go to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Hold on. Do you think not having that hunger, I know you have the hunger and the motivation, but isn't there something to, I got something to fall back on? It's not.
It is. It's the reason why I do 2 or 3 shows a month.
Yeah.
And these cats are doing 4 or 5 shows a week, 6 shows a week.
Are you working at home? Are you practicing in the mirror? Like, how does that all work? Are you writing all the time?
No, I'm writing all the time. But you also got, like I said, about the connection between education. I'm in front of 200 parents every week. I'm talking to my staff every week. I'm talking the public speaking piece is not going away.
Yeah.
It's not like I sell insurance. I'm trying to be a comic.
Yeah.
I'm in front of people all the time talking, and then every now and then I get up and tell a joke.
Are you out there doing bits in front of the parents and everything?
There's a couple of times I drop a practice joke. I'll drop a practice joke like, hey, does this land? And okay, I'm using that one.
Dude, so give me the process for a second. Let me talk about the comedic process. When you think or see something funny, how does that turn into a bit? How do you craft it?
So
and then be like, I'm taking
yeah,
this on stage. Yeah.
all of my stuff is normally like I would say 80% of it's family oriented. So it's like me being a dad, my 2 sons, my wife yelling at me about something, or she does something funny, right? That's most of my stuff so if something happens at the house, I'll pull my phone out and just type it out.
Wow. Okay.
And then later hit the Google Doc, type it out. And I'm really like a word for word kind of guy.
Yeah.
And every comic does it differently, but some comics do it the way I do, where it's like, you're going to write down everything you're going to say on stage.
Yeah.
And try to hope it doesn't sound like that when you get up there. You don't want it to sound.
That's what I always wonder, because it can't sound rehearsed.
No, it can't.
Yeah. And you said word for word. I mean,
even the ums and the pauses, like I'll type it out. Like I want it to sound like this.
It's so funny.
And some folks just write down like, oh, I'm going to tell the tuna can joke. And then they just tell it.
Because even if I'm doing my like LA in a minute, which is easy, way easy, because me by myself and a phone, I know that if I'm like scripting and memorizing, it sounds like it's scripted or memorized. Or honestly, going back to like when I tried to actually be a rapper after I was a successful freestyler, by the way, I would record and people would be like, oh, let's get you in the studio. But when I'm reading it, you can just feel the heart, like the lack of like heart and soul and passion.
The emotion.
So you have to know it, but it also can't, in my mind, it can't be scripted verbatim unless you got, I mean, again, that's the style that you use. Because when I see you, it sounds so natural, and you're like laughing up there too, and like you said, the pauses and the ums. So
all that's in there, and so but that goes back to doing it over and over again. So then, obviously, after a while, you memorize it, and you know where you can pause, or you can kind of go off track, or talk to the guy in the front row, and get back to your script. But it's all scripted.
Wow.
The art of it and the talent of it is making it look not scripted.
Yeah.
So when you see Chappelle go up there and look like he's just talking to the crowd, he wrote all that down. Yeah. I'm guessing, Dave. I don't know you like that.
Dude, and you've talked about the 10,000 hours, and we know that concept. Like, to be, what is it, an expert, you have to have 10,000 hours.
Malcolm Gladwell, right?
But you're doing a beyond full-time job.
I'm getting my 10,000 hours other places. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So I'm getting my 10,000 hours in front of parents, in front of kids, in front of...
That's interesting. Double dipping, maybe. If you will. Do those hours count towards both? You get double hour? No.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I want to go back to your time at Occidental.
Yeah.
And that relates to comedy, because you were recently on the cover of the Occidental Cover magazine.
Sure was.
With Paul Kim, by the way.
Yeah, and Dave Murphy.
Shout out Paul Kim, by the way. Dope guy, super funny. I don't know David Murphy as well, to be honest.
He's hysterical.
But I saw, dude. So why are there 3 like successful comedians that came from Occidental like the same time? And not to mention Lindy West, by the way, also from Occidental.
Who's this?
Podcast. She's a podcaster, New York Times writer, like kind of funny, sassy.
Lindy West reached out to me. I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, so also, but all at the same time, you guys are, what is that in the water over in Eagle Rock?
Yeah, so when I started doing comedy, I knew Dave well, and I knew PK well, and I knew they were already deep in the LA comedy scene. Mm-hmm. And so I hit them up early on, like, yo, I think we're the only 3 Oxy cats doing this.
Yeah.
And they're, took a couple of years to kind of get the idea off the ground, but eventually we did a couple of shows together.
Yeah.
We did a couple of shows at Oxy.
Yeah.
We did this huge thing last year with Margaret Cho, sold out Thorn, 900 people, like standing room only.
Was Margaret Cho Occidental related?
No, they had an event where she performed.
That's dope.
And we opened for her.
Okay.
And I still get chills thinking about that show. I mean, it's 200 people, 300 people, that's a lot of people, but like 900 people in an auditorium is ridiculous, bro. And so we did that, nailed it. And after that, they put us on the magazine. It was
Who was the headliner between you 3, by the way?
I went first.
Okay.
I went first. Seniority. So, but listen, you remember Jurassic 5?
Yeah, of course.
Remember J5, right?
Yeah.
The famous line.
Yeah.
We make it hard when we go on first.
Yes. Dude, fuck yeah.
So I was like, put me first. Let's go.
So who else went to Occidental?
Barack Obama.
Well, Barack Obama's a no. But listen, yes, first and foremost, that's probably the most famous alum that I talked about. But I was doing my homework on this. Luke Wilson.
Luke Wilson, actor.
The actor.
Yes, yeah.
Terry Gilliam. Monty Python.
Really? Wow.
Dude, that's laying the ground. 60 long time.
I usually know most of my Oxy history.
Dude, I was looking. I double checked that.
Yeah, I love
pretty
that.
Incredible.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Yes. And so I do know that.
That's kind of crazy,
the
too.
story goes, this might not be true. So Ben, I apologize. Don't know you like that. But they turned in the script to Good Will Hunting to Professor Ronk, and she gave it a C. and then it won an Oscar.
Dude,
that's the folklore at Oxy.
I love those kind of stories, though. That's excellent. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, same thing. You know that song "Surfing"?
Yeah.
Yes, he wrote it in a music class originally,
Right.
and the teacher crumbled it up and threw it back at him as like, what is this trash? Like this isn't, yeah. So, and that was probably, so teachers, I mean.
Hey, come on.
Also, and I just want to finish Oxy because I don't talk about Occidental enough, and I think it's dope. It's such an underrated university. I mean, obviously we talk about UCLA and USC. Right. Those are like the glamour universities. Even CSUN, I always give shout outs to, but Occidental, first of all, Eagle Rock, great community. But a lot of awesome alum. Sam Rubin, KTLA guy, went to KTLA, rest in peace. Yeah. But like LA legendary broadcast news guy, went to Occidental. Pat Morrison of the LA Times.
Wow.
She's kind of a inspiration for me in the sense that she did a lot of LA history stuff back when the LA Times was relevant. People were reading that a lot. She still does. And shout out Pat Morrison.
You have a great soft spot for LA Times in your heart.
Absolutely. Dude, still print subscriber, even though I give him a lot of criticism. But Monica Rodriguez, city councilwoman, she went to Occidental. And then here's the funny one. Alfonso Bell, who's the namesake of Bel Air, by the way.
Really?
Also Occidental.
These are some deep cuts, dude.
Dude, but I was looking at this list and I was like, that's a pretty powerful like alumni list.
It's got a great alumni.
Headlined by Eddie Gorton. Yo, I mean, so there we go. But okay, what did Occidental mean to you? I just, and I'll move off this, but like honestly, because Occidental's like a deep cut in itself. I don't think it has like the renown nationally that maybe it internationally that maybe it deserves. What did it mean to you? How did you end up there coming from the Bay Area?
Football, track.
Yeah.
So they called me to play football after my senior year.
Yeah.
And went down there, played football for 1 year.
Yeah.
Ran track for 2 years.
Yeah.
Realized right away I was not going to the NFL. And it's a really hard school.
Yeah.
Like it's academics first. Like you'll tell a professor, hey, I got a game in Colorado. Can I have an extra day on the paper? No. Turn the paper in.
It's good. So that's why it's good school.
Yeah. So it's like they're not here. The sports is like the second afterthought. And so the sports angle of being in college didn't pan out for me like I thought it would.
Right.
But graduated from Oxy with a psych degree, had a great time. That place in a nutshell is about community. It's about diversity. It's about inclusion.
Yeah.
It's a really warm place to kind of grow up in LA.
Yeah.
Do a great job of bringing folks in.
Where'd you live?
On campus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
On campus. Different dorms. I had the best dorm room in my senior year, the White House balcony.
Okay.
It was any college movie you've seen where like the seniors go crazy, that was our, we had a great time.
That's fun. So does Occidental get down like that? You guys party?
We did.
Okay.
we got down like that. Yeah. Shout out to Will and Mario, my two homies from Oxy. We had a great time our senior year.
So you always mention Will McFaten.
Will McFaten, yes.
Give that backstory because he comes up in a lot of your background. Yeah.
You'll catch him on some of my Instagram reels as well.
Yeah.
We've been best friends since we met freshman year.
Yeah.
He's an actor, writer, director. He's also a licensed therapist on the I don't know if that's on the side now. I think he does more therapy now, but we hang out a lot, man. He's an uncle to my kids and we like to make people laugh. So we always work on the next script or the next little reel. Yeah, it's a good relationship.
Wow. Wait, script. Are you doing some screenwriting too?
Oh, we write. We write together, like, little reels here and there.
Right.
It's fun. It's fun to.
Now tell me about Dan Mintz, the voice of Tina and Bob's Burgers, by the way. What's that relationship and what was that opportunity for you that kind of was created through that relationship?
That really just blew the whole thing up for me with comedy. Yeah. Like really launched. I was doing open mics and just kind of putzing around LA, seeing this comedy thing happen. But Dan Mintz, his son and my son were in the same kindergarten class together. So we met as parents. Okay. And I was like, oh, so, we just, what do you do? Do comedy, whatever. And then it was suggested to him that he take me on the road. And this is way too early for me to be on the road. I'm doing, this is probably like year 1, month 10 maybe, not even, maybe less than a year that I was doing comedy. And so we were headed to go to Tampa Bay. Yeah. He was going to do 5 shows in 3 nights out there at a little lounge in Tampa Bay, Florida. And he's like, yeah, you want to come? I was like, sure. And then as we got closer to the show, I could tell he was a little getting nervous about me doing 20 minutes on stage. Right. So he hits me up and he's like, you want to just host? You want to do the hosting part? And I'm in my car and I'm looking in the rearview mirror and I'm like, I had an out. I had an easy out. I'm like, sure, I'll host. And I was like, no, I'll give me my time. I'll do 20 minutes. And I knew right then, like, you better be ready for this, right? So we're flying to Tampa Bay. We have I think it's a show on I think it's Thursday, Friday, and 2 shows on 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday, 1 show on Thursday. And as we're landing, he's like, "Hey, so like if you're not funny on Thursday, like you're gonna be hosting the rest of the weekend."
Fair, which is fair. Yeah, yeah.
Then it's even more pressure. Like, you better bring it. So that first show on Thursday, I brought it, and I never looked back, man.
And you guys toured, right? Didn't you end up in like Toronto or something?
Hit up 3 different provinces or states in Canada, whatever they call it.
Yeah, I remember that.
We've done the Comedy Store down in San Diego. Since he's been going on tour, he's invited me to come. So it's been a great opportunity to open up for him. And he's got a great following from Tina from Bob's Burger.
Yeah.
He's an amazing dude. He's super funny. It's an honor to work with him. The professionalism that he taught me is really what I tell my friends about. It's not the jokes and the funniness, but like watching him 6 hours before a show, prep for a show is like, I was like, oh, I need to step my game up. So now I'm trying to prep the same way he preps. So I learned a lot of like behind the scenes and professionalism from Dan Mintz. Shout out to Dan Mintz, man.
What is that experience like for you as when you were not just up and coming, but this is novice, beginner,
brand new,
and you're doing real tours at real venues with real comedians.
Right.
That's not tiptoeing in the water. You're diving in at that point.
Absolutely dove in. Did not pussyfoot around the comedy scene. Like really jumped in with both feet. And like I said, way too early, but there's no line. Like there's like, it is, it's business. So you say who you know and who's going to put you on.
Yeah. And
if you have an opportunity and you nail it, it's on to the next one. So I've been fortunate enough to nail these opportunities that have been put in front of me and meet some great people. And so again, thanks to Dan and all his friends.
Okay. Talking about nailing it, tell me about some times that you bombed. Do you have any experience where you're just like, oh man, that set was terrible? I
think I can think of one time where I walked off stage and I was like, what the hell was that?
What happened?
Yeah, I was at a comedy club in LA. I didn't want to name the club for whatever reason, but
yeah. Okay.
But I was on stage and I had some parents in the front because sometimes parents come out. Colfax parents come check out a show.
Or not.
No, they had came to see me, and it wasn't because they were in the show. For whatever reason, I was off. Maybe it was a long day, because if I do a show on a Friday and I've been a principal all week, all day, and then try to go up on stage at night, I'm drained.
Dude, so it's
I think I was just off that night. And there was a mix-up with the DJ. Like I had a bit where I'm like, hit it, DJ. And I look back, DJ's not even in the booth. So now I'm stuck up there. Now I'm floundering, right?
Yeah. And you got your script.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah, right. So I didn't have enough in my bag to kind of pivot. Went on with my set, landed the plane, kind of clunky, got off stage and was like, what was that? But those moments make you better, man. They do. So.
But you go home that night, like, what do you?
And I called Will on the way home. I said, I know I always call you and tell you I nailed it.
Yeah.
But those moments are real because I'm going to call you right now and tell you I bombed right now in the worst way. But every comedian has gone through that, I'm sure. And those moments, it's the grind, bro. It makes you better. So
yeah.
It's like striking out, right? You got to get back out there and swing again, right?
Yeah. Dude. All right. Now going back to striking out, and again, our Bad News Bears baseball team, which again, it was a tough year. It was a fun year. We had fun. It's funny. My team had a tough year this year, and I was the manager, and it was not a very fun season. Right? It was like it became a grind, and like it was a I haven't even said this publicly. We lost our last playoff game. Uh-huh. We had a 12-0 lead. We're majors, by the way. This is real baseball now.
Oh boy.
12-0 lead, and we ended up losing the game. Yeah, 12-0. Let me go a step further. 12-0 with 1 out away from mercying the other team. And then it just all went around.
What was the final score?
13-12. 13-12. We lost. Shout out. We were the Orioles. Shout out to the White Sox. And you know what's funny?
Who's on that team? You can't mention the kids' names.
At the closing ceremonies of the league, after the league finishes, after the championship, and they do a close. And again, Sherman Oaks Little League, great community. They do everything.
Great. Closing. Play baseball.
Blah, blah, blah. Announce it. And they were like, congratulations. And we had a historic. It's the historic loss. It was like worst loss in the history of Sherman Oaks Little.
They done it like that?
Bad, bro. And it stuck with me. And it's funny. It was like, and it doesn't matter because it's Little League.
Right.
But I felt bad for the kids and the parents. And honestly, it was like, it weighed on me for months after. And even still, this is the first time I've ever been 3 months later, I'm finally coming out.
Listen, I still talk about my days playing Little League, so it does matter.
Yeah, but that was so. Anyway, so aside, do you ever do any bits, any sports, anything come out of that? Because again, you were a track runner and a track coach, by the way, right?
I coached track at Flemish Sacred Heart Academy in La Cagata, 14 years. Great time. No, I talk about coaching, kids coaching, how it's different.
Yeah.
These participation trophies, it's a mess. Stop doing it.
So, why did he say that though? Because I used to I remember as a kid, I got a trophy on my nightstand with my trophies.
Okay,
yeah.
Evan, we went 2-14. We went 2-14.
Yeah.
We won our last 2 games.
Right.
We won our first playoff game for a final record of 3-14.
Yeah.
The trophy my son brought home was bigger than the one I won the San Mateo National League Championship.
Okay.
There's a problem with that. We had to beat there was the best 8 teams in the city.
Yeah.
Right? And then they lost every single game. He's like, look at my trophy, Daddy.
What do you think that does though? I mean, why is that a bad thing?
I just think you should get a trophy if you win. And if you don't win, you should go to the snack bar and eat nachos.
Okay.
That's what you're saying?
Down for some nachos. That's fair.
That's what's wrong with this country, dude. It's like...
And you know, it's funny, even my son, Felix, he gave... he had all his trophies out, and when he just redid his room because he's like a big boy now. Everything changed. And he's like, oh, I don't need the trophies. Blah, blah. He kept the one. He kept his
the one he won, right? The one he won, right?
Yeah, his champions because their soccer team went to the state championship and all that.
Southern, right?
So and I was kind of proud of, even though I kept all my trophies, right? Not now, but I don't know my trophies. I mean, when I was a kid, I was proud of,
third place,
dude. But I was like, all right, that's a cool move. Good on him. Yeah. In that sense. So I get it from that perspective. Okay, I want to talk about something important about your background that I kind of overlooked. Yeah. And you brought this up, if I'm not mistaken, this was one of your bits at the show that I went to. You are a black man.
Yes.
That grew up in an all-white household.
Yes.
And it was, I don't want to step on the bit.
There's lots of comedy.
Yeah, but so explain that. And how that
explain
no how that kind of made what that meant for you and how that's dictated to your life today. Honestly.
It's made me the person I am. And growing up mixed in America, presenting African American, presenting black. My whole house was white. My mom's Irish. She remarried, Irish dude, Kevin, my dad. Shout out to Dad. They had a daughter, Erin, my sister, and so it was the 3 of them and me. Me and the black dog trying to figure shit out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I have a whole bit about when I found out that it was legally white. So I lost my social security card when I was 25. I had to go down to the social security card office, get a new card. And this old black woman was helping me. And she's like, before I give you your card, this is not the joke. This is just what happened.
Yeah.
She's like, before I give you your card, and she shows me her computer screen and it says ethnicity white. I had been legally white for 25 years because the nurse, when I was born, saw my mom and checked white. And so she's like, do you want to change it? I'm like, absolutely. Let's get this party started. I've missed so much. You know what I'm saying? Where's the oppression? And so I become legally black. This is a true story. This really happened. I get in the car. I drive out of the parking lot of San Fernando.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. I get pulled over.
They put out the alert as soon as you got the car.
The cop knocks on the window. I roll the window down, whatever. That's all the stories. I had to roll the window down. Yeah. And I said, officer, I've been black for 12 minutes. Y'all don't fuck around. And he's like, that's good. Here's a warning. I got off on the joke. I got off with the joke. But literally, I had become black for 12 minutes and got pulled over leaving the parking lot. And I was like, that's hilarious. And that was the first joke I ever told on stage.
Really?
Was that story. Yeah.
That's a good story.
Because I was like, that's too funny. That's life.
How much your comedy has to do with your growing up, your origin story, and then how much of it revolves around your students, not your students per se, but school life, principal life? Yeah,
so I have a full-on pass to make any type of racial jokes, I feel like. So, I can tell black jokes, I can tell white jokes. If anyone wants to come for me in the comments, I can show them a family photo.
Okay.
I'm legit. So early on, a lot of stuff had to do with race. And whenever I can, I bring in race. Yeah. I think there's a duality here of how I present myself as I think I'm a cool kind of hip hop 46-year-old black dude in LA. Yeah. I don't look like that's the principal from the elementary school.
Correct.
And so a lot of that's tied into bias and how we look at people. And so I play with that. a lot, you know, saying like I'm the principal comedy, I shouldn't have this job, that kind of whole thing. And so that's a big part of my act. And the other part is, just being a dad and making fun of my kids as they grow up, like trying to get them ready for middle school and school shopping. And they're in this tween phase where my oldest son has a mustache and a loose tooth at the same time. Like, what do you, like, pick a side, bro. Pick a side.
Talk to me about Mom's Not Home Productions.
Yes. Okay. So yes, my two sons, we do a lot of TikToks. We try to get famous on TikTok. And one day,
by the way, get this man out of the TikTok jail because when I'm following, I'm like, this shit is so funny. And like, it's dope how you incorporate the kids. And I try to fun stuff. Yeah.
They're hilarious. My two.
What's your TikTok, by the way? Let's while we're at it.
So it's @Gorton Boys.
Okay. Spell it though.
GORTON.
Yeah.
BOYS, @Gorton Boys on TikTok.
Yeah.
They're hysterical. I've been trying to get them involved in TikTok as much as I can. I'm waiting for them to come to me with ideas, but I'm always like, guys, let's try this. They're like, oh, sure, Dad, whatever.
Right.
And so we did a TikTok that got about almost 1 million views, man. This is like January 23 of 2023, where they lip synced this Usher song with Ludacris.
Yeah.
And that whole thing kind of blew up. And then we started making more TikToks. And so it's just a lot of fun playing with them, working with them. They're hilarious. From that, they got actually signed by Zuri Agency. So now they're doing some auditions and they got a manager. And so, and they love that.
Putting you on.
Hopefully they put me on. But yeah, get me out of that 200 view jail in TikTok, man, please.
That's
it's killing me.
Okay, good.
It's a family affair. So we started doing those videos when my wife was away.
Yeah.
And so we started calling it Mom's Not Home Productions.
It's cool because that vibe, whether you was there or not, like the vibe comes through.
And there are people that stole that on TikTok. That's mine. Okay. Don't take that. # Mom's Not Home Productions.
Okay. Real quick, I want to talk about some LA stuff with you.
Yeah.
Give me your overall thoughts, like Los Angeles. Obviously, you love it. You stayed here. You're raising a family here.
Yes, this is a great topic.
Yeah.
I'm from the Bay Area.
Yeah. So, especially with that background. So give me your overall, and again, this is a big topic, but give me the overall thoughts on Los Angeles and finish with the direction and how you see where it's going right now.
The city.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So from the Bay, born and raised, 41510. We grow up wanting nothing to do with this place.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Every sports rival.
And by the way, for the record, we don't even give a shit. We love San Francisco. We love it. Yeah.
But we're like,
yeah.
I grew up hating the Rams. I grew up hating the Dodgers. I grew up hating the Kings.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, right? And so when I chose to come down here for LA, I was super excited to be in LA because LA was popping.
Yeah.
But I would go to the Dodger games, all my Giants gear on. Right.
But
I was like 19, so I was like, bring it on.
Yeah.
And then one day, one of the ushers at the stadium was like, we're not going to help you. Like if they all jump on you, that's on you, bro. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll wear a smaller hat.
Right.
No, but obviously I came to LA. The weather is amazing. The people are amazing, and I stayed, man. I didn't go back to the Bay. Bay Area folks don't hate me.
Yeah.
For that. But I love this city, man. I love living here. I can't imagine living anywhere else in the world, honestly.
What is it though?
I don't know if it's, I try to explain to people like once you go to college in a place, like if I went to University of Wisconsin, I was in Madison, I probably love Madison. Like your connections, your roots.
You'd live there though.
I would, but I'm
stay there. Yeah.
What made me stay was like all these things were at my fingertips.
Yeah.
To be successful, whether it was the teaching thing or the industry that's here, obviously the weather, the surf. I used to surf. When I was younger, believe it or not, I was in shape.
Were your beaches?
Track
runner, no,
like 80 pounds ago, I was pretty legit, bro. don't trip on me. But so LA is a beautiful place to live, man.
What beaches though?
Zuma Beach, up by County Line.
Yeah.
Is where I used to go with my buddy Tom Van Sciver, who's a big server.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not an ocean person, man.
I
like
love
the beaches.
I love swimming.
I feel so vulnerable out there, man. Like,
it's
honestly.
scary. No, I think the last time I surfed, there was like a sea lion out there. And I was like, I wouldn't walk near a land lion. Why am I near this sea lion? Like nothing. So I got out there and never.
Bro, sharks. My wife got stung by a stingray. Like, bro,
stingrays.
I don't need that. I'll go.
They say stingrays, when you get, it's like childbirth. They say it's that painful.
Dude, she said it was worse. She said it was worse than when she had Felix. That's like, crazy. Honestly. So, okay. LA, what do you think about the state of the city and the direction? Have you seen change? Have you noticed a directional?
I can tell, like, I live in Van Nuys, right? So I can tell when we moved in there 10, 11 years ago, I knew right away that was the next place to pop.
Okay.
I can see this business closing, this one popping up, this new apartment complex, a little more luxury. So I can kind of forecast what neighborhoods are getting ready to, like, I lived in Eagle Rock before it was Eagle Rock.
Yeah.
Right? When it was still Highland Park.
Okay.
And nobody wanted to go there. And then all of a sudden it's like,
Highland Park,
$1 million homes. And now it's $1 million. So I've been here since 97. I've seen different pockets kind of blow up. I that's great for the city. Not so great for the locals.
Right.
There's that piece there too. Obviously the unhoused community needs a lot of support. That's a big topic on everyone in LA's mind. Yeah. So, I mean, where it's going, like you said, it is the city of tomorrow. It should be the future. And this is not a dig on your baseball team, but that's how I feel when I go to Dodger Stadium. It doesn't, to me, look like the Los Angeles baseball stadium that it could look like. Not because I love Pac-Bell or where the Giants play, but all of those venues, like when you go to the Walt Disney Music Hall, boom, that pops. When you go to the LA Dodger Stadium, boom, it should pop. So like the way SoFi pops.
Yeah.
That's how things in LA should look. It shouldn't be like, oh, this historical place we play baseball at. I'm not dissing the Dodgers. I'm just trying to say, like, don't get triggered. But I think all of our places should look, all the cities should look like that because this is LA.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, you know.
But we also got to celebrate and nourish our history though too.
You do, but some things need a facelift. Some things need a facelift.
You know,
in the city of facelifts. Some places need facelifts.
Fair. Okay, now I want to talk about some school stuff because again, it's back to school week. Here's the main question I've been wondering, and it seems like every year I'm like, I just don't get it. Why are the kids back to school in August? What happened to post-Labor Day? That was like not even an arguable thing. Like after Labor Day is when the kids go back to school, and it seems earlier and earlier and earlier. Where did that change and why?
I think this year's a little later than it usually has been.
It's later than last year. I know last year was crazy. It was like August 11th or something.
Yeah, I know folks, that's above my pay grade. I know they look at that stuff downtown. I'm sure some of it's tied to AP testing. Yeah. That whole calendar.
Why?
For semesters and instructional days, that kind of thing. Yeah. But I'm not an expert on the rhyme or reason why school starts. I know it's hot.
How is it with you? That's what I was going to say, though. It puts more pressure on you guys and the teachers, and recess and lunch or nutrition and lunch aren't the same. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's more inclement weather due to heat. Yeah, I'll say that for sure.
Kids don't want to be learning when it's 100 degrees outside and all this.
We've got a great school with great air conditioning, so our HVAC system's good to go. So we don't see that in the classrooms much, but yeah, it's hot, and it's definitely different than when we went to school. Yeah, it was a Labor Day. It was like the hard cut, right? Correct. And now it's a couple weeks early. But I think some of it's tied to, like I said, the high school calendar kind of dictates some of that. I'm guessing because those semester days have to be so many, and the AP testing. That's the best PC answer I can give you on that.
Okay, it's still weird. Yeah. I will say when I went to UCLA, and UCLA is on quarters, which is really trimesters, but they call it quarters. Dude, one year they didn't start till October. Wow, yeah. And I was loving that.
Yeah, no, I remember when I was in college, the summer was, it was like 4.5 months.
Yeah, you had
what's happening right now?
All the time.
Yeah.
Okay, comedy career, tell me where you're going. Tell me what your dream gig is, first and foremost. Yeah.
I think I'm thinking special at this point. If I could get a special on TV, a half-hour special on TV, that'd be a great feather to have in my cap. Yeah. But as far as venues go, you know, I've played a lot of great places. Yeah. I think I'd like to be recognized in the comedy community as a legit performer. And I think people who know me know that of me, which is great.
You got to see it. Like legit funny, like laugh out loud funny for the whole, what is it? Your typical set's like 8 minutes?
In LA, you get 5 minutes. But if you know the person putting the show on, shout out to Lynn's son and the Renegades, you get 10 minutes if you know the right people. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard to get more than that in LA unless it's a private show or a produced show where someone's curating time. Maybe you get 12, 15. Okay. Yeah, but when I'm out on tour with Dan, I'm doing 20. Wow. Okay. I did 30 minutes one time at the Comedy Store in San Diego. That was long. I felt like 4 hours.
Dude, but when you're there, I went to, what is it? Netflix is a Joke. Yeah. I went to the Hollywood Bowl and got to see Jim Gaffigan, Sebastian Maniscalco.
So funny, those guys.
Nate Bargatze and Jerry Seinfeld.
Yes.
On the same night.
Wow.
At the Hollywood Bowl.
That's amazing.
Which was awesome and incredible. But then you're seeing these sets and you're like, dude, I think each one had like 30 or 40 minutes even. And you're like, dude, that's incredible to keep people laughing on demand for that long.
It's hard. So it's hard work.
Okay. Where would you want to play though? What's your
venue-wise?
Yeah.
I mean, the Hollywood Bowl would be great. Sign me up for that.
Okay.
But Comedy Store is the mecca of all places. If I had a dream, I'd get my name on that wall one day. That's how I know I would make it. in the comedy world. But see, the Comedy Store is the place. It's the place to be.
And you're playing at the Comedy Store.
I'll be there.
Tell me the date.
Shameless
Tell
plug.
me the details.
Yeah, August 22nd, Friday, August 22nd. Shows I think it's 8:00. Dan Mintz will be there.
Okay.
My buddy Dan Levy, hysterical comic. He's putting the show on. Whitney Cummings is also headlining.
Oh, she's funny.
She's funny, dude.
Yeah.
So,
we saw her special. Speaking of specials, we saw her special. It's really good.
They'll be headlining that show. I'll be on the lineup, which is great. So I'm excited about that. Come check me out on that Friday, August 22nd at the Comedy Store.
How's that feel?
Amazing. It's amazing. So we did I did a show with Dan Levy in June in the Belly Room, which is upstairs, one of their smaller rooms, but that was awesome. And then they invited me to come back for this show in the original room, so one of the bigger rooms.
Yeah.
And so we're moving up, man.
How does the comedy career balance as the comedy career grows? Mm-hmm. What's going to happen to Principal Gorton?
People ask me this question all the time.
Okay.
And they're like, well, so are you going to switch over? When are you going to? I always say, if I could make principal money as a comic, and which you don't. You either you make 8,000 or you make 8 million as a comic. Right. There's no pension. There's no health care, right? Yeah. So there's not a world where I'm like, I'm leaving.
You're not like working.
Yeah. So don't worry, Valley Village. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving my job. But so I'm not doing it to like have a career crossover.
Yeah.
Maybe I retire earlier.
Yeah.
But I think there's a world where this kind of works together. And I've got some great support from the community there, great support from parents, great support from management above me that come to shows and root me on. So it's nothing that I feel like I have to draw the line in. I think if you're going to make it in anything, you got to be unique.
Yeah.
And I've got this unique experience as a principal and this crazy job that I'm like always on as a principal. And then I get to go on stage and do some of that too. And I like those worlds living together.
Well, dude, we like having you here, and you're great at both. I know firsthand on the comedy, and I hear from everybody in the community as the principal. So that is unique and something very special, and it was special having you here. And I absolutely appreciate you. Where do we follow you? Give us all all the plugs.
Yeah, man. So Instagram, Principal of Comedy.
Yep.
Hit me up there first. TikTok, @GortonBoys. I've got a podcast pilot that just dropped. It's called Generation Mix. Check them out through Jet Road Studios. It's where I interview other mixed folks about their mixed stories. So that just dropped. So please check that link out as well. And come to a show, man. I'll be at the Comedy Store. I got a show in September at the Ice House on the 6th of September.
Place, right?
So please, that's the first comedy spot in LA.
Pasadena?
In Pasadena. Yeah. So please check out those two venues as well. And I'll be at Occidental. And I think it's more of a private show, but back in Thorne, at Occidental College, September 3rd. That'd be fun too.
All right. Principal of Comedy, Eddie Gorton, thank you so much for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you. Like, comment, and follow my man, Eddie, the Principal of Comedy.
Let's go.
Unique story and amazing human being. All right, LA. It's been a minute.